Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Laymen. Today we're going to be talking about what we think our favorite whiskeys for beginners are. We started this YouTube channel about 3 years ago with the intent of learning about whiskey because we really knew nothing getting into it. At least Mac and I didn't. Kyle knew a little bit about whiskey before he started. But we wanted to give you a recommendation of what we think the best whiskeys for beginners would be so that if you're starting out like we did 3 years ago, you have some place to start. We'll start with Mac first. Mac, what's your whiskey that you would recommend to someone who's just getting into trying whiskey for the first time?
Going with Jameson.
An Irish whiskey.
Yes, it is just so non-offensive. I mean, I don't know why I say that is like the selling point of it, but it is really tasty. It goes well just plain, it goes well with ice, it goes well with any number of mixers. You can do anything you want with it, and it's not going to overpower a drink. It's just going to add a nice cookie or vanilla flavor to it, nice and sugary, and it's cheap, it's delicious. You can't go wrong with it, really. It's a great introduction point.
Fair enough. How about you, Kyle?
So this isn't the exact bottle, but I'm going with Four Roses. It's widely available, it's not super expensive, and it's a great introductory into bourbon and whiskey just because the flavors are simple, it's not overpowering, it's low proof, so you're not really going to get that big burn. I mean, you probably will if you're starting on whiskey, like sure. Any sort of, first time drinking, you're going to think everything's right. Super strong.
It's still liquor, so.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, contradictory to this is just good on its own. I wouldn't really mix this into anything, maybe like an old fashioned or a Manhattan, but like this, just this and some ice or straight. It's a great, you'll find it everywhere whiskey.
All right, cool. And I guess that leaves me for last. My recommendation for beginners would be Crown Royal. It's a very common Canadian whiskey. It's extremely smooth. I know that's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but it doesn't have a lot of bite or hotness is what a term people refer to. It doesn't have a lot of that either. It goes down easy. Like both of these other whiskeys, it's also very easy to find, very reasonable price point, and as an added bonus, comes in lots of cool flavors too. One little example, Crown Apple. There's also vanilla, peach, as well as some other varieties of Crown as well. A very accessible price point. If you want to mix the flavored whiskeys, flavored Crown varieties with into different cocktails, I think they'd be a great choice. And it's really easy to just sip on its own as well. One of my go-to drinks is actually Crown Royal and ginger ale. It's a very good introductory cocktail to whiskey. Jameson is another great mixer with ginger ale as well.
That's true.
So whether you want to mix whiskeys or just sip them neat, I think these are three really good starting points for any of you out there who were like us and just getting into whiskey. Any final thoughts, guys?
These are just baselines, right? Like they're going to be something to start you with, and you can kind of go to extremes in all different locations here, but these are the ones that are going to agree with the most people, in our opinion.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I was going to go with this, but someone stole my thunder.
It was me.